Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Players Vibe. Today we'll be talking about some of our favorite games of 2010. 2010? But before I do that, I'd like to give a shout out to David Gonzalez, aka Koshi. He was supposed to show up with us today, but you'll be seeing him in the next episode. So you guys already know me, Gambit7.
We should say next week's episode.
Okay, fair enough. Next week's episode.
Next week has a two-parter.
You're right, two-parter. That is true, that's true.
It's a special episode.
So we got the Master taking over. Master.
Hi everyone.
The Master.
We're having a special episode today. We're going to talk about 2010 and all that
2010 has been a crazy year.
We're going to talk about all the good shit. The shit that we enjoyed from 2010. Everyone has their game that they liked. You know, or
name your 5 games from 2010. Let's start off with
actually, hold up. We still gotta let everyone know about the striker.
You can't forget about me, mr.striker.
your boy NYC First. You may recognize mr.striker in a few of my videos. He's been appearing in as a special guest in 1 or 2 or 3 of my videos. Check it out, NYC First channel.
Subscribe to them.
You already know. So you're
and us. I'm still there.
Subscribe to Players Vibe.
Gambit7 and the Master. And you already know. But let's just start off with the Master. What's really good? What's really good with your title in 2010? Like, what game just stood out to you in 2010?
Well, okay. First of all, I have to point out that because I play WoW, obviously the expansion was pretty big for me. But that's, I mean, if you play WoW, it's
I don't count that as a game.
Kind of gotta be. It's a burn.
An expansion. Yeah, kind of an expansion of the game.
It's a pretty big deal, you know? It completely changes the damn game.
Oh my
What do they call it? Cataclysm?
Oh, Cataclysm is good too.
Cataclysm. But yeah, I'm not gonna go into details or no shit about that.
That's your.
I mean, if you know what it is, you know what it is.
I got it. I'm just
I mean, I can't. I don't know what's the game.
StarCraft 2 came out.
StarCraft 2. I mean, you know, I was excited about StarCraft 2 because I really love StarCraft. I bought it. My best friends and myself, we got it. We all landed up that night. We played it. We played some campaign and shit like that. We played some multiplayer. But I got really disappointed because the lack of custom support for custom maps. You know, StarCraft 2 and Warcraft 3 what really pushed it. Well, at least Warcraft 3, StarCraft 2 not so much, but was the custom maps. You know, the big support for user creativity. In StarCraft 2, at least at launch, I mean, I haven't really played it recently. There was just really no support. It was you couldn't really start your own custom matches based off what maps you downloaded. You had to like upload them to a server and then all these stupid crap. You couldn't just like, oh, this map looks good, download it, save it on my computer, and then just go your StarCraft 2 and run that map. They made it so hard. It was such a pain in the ass.
So obviously, that wasn't your top game.
No.
I'm talking about name your top game.
My top game?
Yeah, you figured it
out. My top games.
Name one game.
My top game that wouldn't be WoW would probably be Fallout New Vegas. And I know a lot of people probably gonna say shit.
I played it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Fallout 3 is glitchy as fuck.
Fallout glitchy New Vegas.
Fallout, the same thing, Fallout 3 was glitchy as shit too. But I mean, don't get me wrong. Fallout 3 is better than Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that I haven't enjoyed Fallout New Vegas like shit. I mean, that game came out and I was damn on that game. I was so funny. No, I got the Xbox. That's another game for me. A bunch of friends that I got, we all just fucking went to my house and all that shit. Yeah, that's on doing the play that shit.
Stay tuned to Players Vibe, watch our playthroughs.
But yeah, that was, for me, that's probably my biggest game that I can remember. I enjoy playing this shit. I had a bit of disappointments, but
How about you, Denver?
Gambit7 actually has quite a number of games that he has tried.
Oh shit.
Some of which I'm still looking forward to play today, such as Vanquish, Bayonetta.
Bayonetta. Ooh, those are the
hottest games,
You're
right?
naming some of the hottest games of 2010 right there. If you haven't played,
Platinum games.
I'm disappointed at everyone who's watching this video because most likely you didn't buy Vanquish. So shame on you, nigga. You got people. You got people.
The demo alone is just outstanding.
You got people busting their ass, giving you hot ass games like Vanquish, and you guys didn't buy it.
I'm buying Call of Duty.
Alright, you guys are buying stupid games, while hot ass games like Vanquish are not being bought. And if you want more hot games like Vanquish to get released, you have to buy them. Support these dudes.
Otherwise, how they gonna know? If you don't buy it, how are they supposed to know that people people like their game.
Okay, since you haven't played Bayonetta, which is one of the top games of the year, and you haven't played Vanquish, which is another one of the top games
Yeah,
of
I'm
the
still
year.
waiting.
So what game did you play in 2010?
Okay, so as far as the games I have played in 2010, I'll start off with my least favorite going on to the best. StarCraft 2, while I did play a lot, and I did play competitively, especially since I was playing StarCraft Original competitively, StarCraft 2 is in the bottom of the list mainly because, one, the custom support, even though I'm not a custom game primarily kind of player, it just, the lack of support, as we mentioned earlier, just sort of brought down the replayability factor, and sort of like, you know, with those times when you're cooling off, when you're in between those competitive games, you're looking for something new to do. There's just too much of a lack of that, so that brought it down the list for me. And on top of that, I just think that for the players at least, there's just so much less creativity for the competitive scene compared to the original, as far as, you know, the styles, techniques, many strategies that are implemented for the gameplay. So that's where StarCraft 2 is for me, at the bottom, but not that I don't like it, it's just not up there. Now there are two sleeper hit titles that I believe are sleeper hit titles, since not too many people I know are very much aware of these titles. One of which is Nier, which I played in the summer. Now, seeing a couple of the scenes and graphics is that at first I highly underestimated this game and thought of it as some second-rate development, and I just thought it was utter trash.
Nier is definitely one of those games that has a lot of heart, man.
However,
Definitely.
yeah, I haven't played through it, especially if I've gone maybe past even 5 hours. Like, it really comes to show how much, how you say this, substance that the developers really put into it. They sacrifice things like the graphics. Not to say that it's necessary for them to do so, but given their budget, they really put a stellar effort into creating the core elements from character development, plot development, and, you know, many of you guys, yeah, exactly. Soundtrack. I gotta say something about the soundtrack. Sure. GameSpot and all these other places are saying Red Dead Redemption 1 soundtrack of the year, but I absolutely think it can keep up with Nier. All the tracks are great and they are appropriate for each of the atmospheres, and they enhance the gameplay and the environment as well. So for those of you who haven't heard of any Nier soundtracks, be sure to play that, check it out on YouTube. But I gotta say though, the most striking game for me would have to be 9 people, 9 doors, 9 hours, something like that. Something
9 persons,
9 persons
for the DS.
It's actually a DS game. That had like an intellectual sort of twist to it. Like, it's one of those games. I'm not a puzzle player.
It's a text adventure based game.
Text adventure. It's a visual novel blended in with a sort of puzzle environment gameplay. But what made it so strong was that every part of what makes sort of like an experience, or will be a story or a single player experience, is blended in so well that when you're in that game, you're immersed and you're really how do you say this? Like, much of that information that they're giving to you, they're just really messing with your head. So you don't know who to trust, you don't know what's going on, and then when it finally hits you, it's just a whole nother, it's like a revelation. It's like suddenly, you know, when everyone thought the world was flat, you know, they found out it was round and there's such things out of space. Like, that's the kind of plot twist I'm talking about. I'm not talking about suddenly, oh, this one person showed up and he's the guy. You know, this is a whole nother level. So I'll stop right there, and hopefully you guys check out 999 for those of you who haven't. And for those of you that have, just give you props for playing the game. So for now, let's move on to you. How about you, Burn Crust?
Yo,
What do
Burn
you got
Crust,
for
yo,
2010?
2010, if you guys haven't checked it out, I do have a top 10 games of 2010. Check it out, it's on the Most Shiznit channel.
It's different from other sites, Joe. Like,
Oh yeah, definitely. I don't try to make it, you know, obvious. I don't like the games I put on my list is totally. I try to put games that you haven't. I try to put games that you've never played before. That's what I try to do. That's my shit. And of course, one of my top games. I'm gonna be real straightforward to you. One of my top games, my friend, is Mario Galaxy 2. I love platformers. I love Mario Galaxy 2. I don't know how they could have made it better than the first one, and they just did.
They somehow, you know,
they boosted it up. The level design is just out of control. The music soundtrack is perfect. Graphics are beautiful. It's one of the best platformers of all time, and quite possibly one of the best games of this whole generation.
Nobody's perfect. It makes you happy though. It just makes you happy.
It does.
Mario Galaxy 2
it really does make you feel like
you know why? Because like, to say like you go to a club, you get You didn't have a good time in the club when you broke up with your girlfriend? Just play Mario Galaxy.
Mario Galaxy 2 will make
Right.
your day better, son. It could be a rainy day outside, you play Mario Galaxy 2, whoosh, it starts being all sunny outside. Mario Galaxy 2 is just magic, it's Disney, my nigga. It's like a Disney movie. Alright?
Nintendo taking over.
Alright, Donkey Kong, another game for the week that I loved a lot. Unlike Kirby's Epic Yarn, which was easy as hell, I was disappointed as hell by Kirby's Epic Yarn. I hate Kirby's Epic Yarn. I don't like Kirby's Epic Yarn. I got disappointed. Alright?
It ain't epic. Why's it called Epic Yarn?
It's not epic at all. Because it's sleep. Fuck Epic Yarn. But Donkey Kong, from the creators of Metroid Prime, Retro Studios.
That's really dumb.
Retro Studios, the guys that made Donkey Kong Country Returns, brought Donkey Kong back. They revived Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is back, and it's harder than ever. This is one of the hardest platforms.
Didn't they do that shit though where if you die too many times, like the one shit comes out with a big ass donkey?
Hey, no,
Yeah, the big ass gorilla comes out. And pretty much you can't lose after that point.
no, I mean, it just shows you how to beat the level.
Oh, that's all it does.
Yeah, that's all it does. You'll still die.
I was never a fan that when they did that in Mario, it's like, oh, we'll just show you how to beat the level.
Nah.
No.
Donkey Kong
Let me figure out how to beat the level.
Is a hardcore ass freaking game. It's just like Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo, but the level design is just genius. All right, Retro Studios is just a crazy ass company. Like another game, just like Gambit said, Nier. I love Nier. I love 999. Those are some of my toppest games of the year. Vanquish, one of the best games. My favorite game though of the year, I have to say, is Bayonetta. Bayonetta was just basically
Oh, wow, I gotta try that.
beautiful.
Over the top.
It was just top. It was just overdrive, son. Bayonetta was just that. DMC. It's what DMC4
Should have been.
All right. It's what DMC fans have been craving from the creator of Devil May Cry, the original, and he just, stepped it up a notch with Bayonetta. So yeah, 2010 has been pretty crazy.
We got one more question right here. The striker.
Alright,
In about 4 minutes.
I'm going to go
Tell us
fast.
about Mass Effect real quick.
I'm going to work fast with this. It's not Mass Effect first. Hold on. I like things that blows up. I like to shoot niggas.
Oh,
My favorite game is Black Ops.
Oh.
Game of the year right there. Shooting niggas on this is single player. I'm not shooting niggas online.
What? Black Ops.
I like shooting niggas. I like getting my farmers. I like shooting niggas.
You like shooting niggas.
Alright.
Hey, you like shooting people, yo. Black Ops has to be.
I guess
I'm just kidding. That game's my best game? I'll say it's
Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead is like big tier with
But that's cliche.
I'll say Mass Effect.
It's cliche.
Mass Effect 2.
That was good.
That was actually
I quite enjoy Mass Effect
Yeah,
too.
Mass Effect 2.
I don't know. Like, I was really disappointed. I'll let you talk. That'll be another video.
The reason I like Mass Effect is, I like Shepard, and like you can talk to the crew members and like you get a relationship, you get sex with them. I like that.
So, I guess I'll just say it here. If you think about Mass Effect 2, it's just sort of like you get a whole bunch of cool guys that have individual stories, and then they become expendable. You pretty much find out that you're doing this entire mission to gather all these dudes to do a suicide mission.
No,
So that is just
that's not true. I beat Mass Effect 2 and nobody died.
Yeah,
I never
nobody
died.
Yo, my whole crew.
If you do it right, everyone lives. Everyone lives with my shit.
the
I didn't let
purpose
it
of-
The reason I like it because I like the story, I like Bioware, I like how it presents.
But remember, the purpose
Top.
was for it to be a suicide. I didn't say it was to be a suicide. Everyone dies, but rather the purpose was just to
Yeah,
gather
but it was-
everyone for a single suicide mission on the small cruiser that should have won. I'm just saying, for a game that's established to be galactic scale, there needs to be a galactic event. not
Part
something-
3 though. But like,
Oh, that's
I just like it. I just like how it's presented. It was a really nice game.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
My
yeah,
second
it's
choice,
awesome that.
most people didn't play. We already mentioned Vanquish. Let's play that.
Vanquish is the
There's some
demo.
other good titles like Limbo.
My favorite demo of the year, Vanquish.
Yeah, you
Hey, don't forget about the downloadable games, man. Limbo was one of the top
Arcade
games.
games can be the shit too.
Yo,
Meat
Limbo.
Boy.
What else? Oh, Super fucking Meat Boy. I feel. Let's go back to me real quick. My
Yeah,
fault.
let's take it.
Super Meat Boy. If you haven't seen my Burn Crust video, check out Super Meat Boy. You know I love Super Meat Boy. Super Meat Boy, the guys that made Super Meat Boy actually put one of my videos on their website.
Yeah, that's true.
So shout out to Team Meat for the guys making Super Meat Boy.
30 seconds.
Shout out to you guys. Are we done here?
No, we got a minute of
30, we got 30. We got about 20 seconds.
no, we got bleed time. We also have bleed time, at least an extra.
Since I can't remember how many games came out last year, I think.
Wait, didn't Demon Souls come out last? No. That's 2009.
Really?
Yeah.
No, that was 2009. C plus.
Disappointing game of the year, Final Fantasy 13. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.